There's a brutal, unspoken truth about friendships that most men don't see. It's a truth that can blindside even the strongest of bonds. The friend who laughs with you, supports you, and shares your struggles might be the same one who secretly desires what you have, not because he lacks morals, not because he consciously plots against you, but because human nature is designed for temptation. No one wakes up one day and says, "I think I'll betray my best friend today." It happens in the smallest moments, the inside jokes, the harmless teasing, the stolen glances when you're not looking, the way your girlfriend laughs just a little longer at his jokes than at yours. Psychologists have studied this for decades. They call it social mimicry and subconscious rivalry. A person who spends enough time around someone will naturally adopt their habits, mannerisms, and even their desires. So why does your friend want your girl? And more importantly, how do they justify it to themselves? Let's begin. Number 1, the subconscious competition. Why your friend sees your girl as a prize. Bette Midler said, "The worst part of success is trying to find someone who is happy for you." At the core of male friendships lies an unspoken competition. Who is stronger? Who is funnier? Who is more successful? And ultimately, who is more desirable to women? Psychologists refer to this as mate copying, a phenomenon observed in both humans and animals. When a man sees another man with an attractive woman, his subconscious brain registers, "She chose him. That means he must have value." The presence of a desirable woman signals status, and in the silent hierarchy of male dynamics, a man with a woman of high value is perceived as superior. Your friend might not even realize it, but deep down, he wants proof that he can compete, that he is just as worthy, if not more. And so, without even thinking, he starts testing the waters. A playful comment here, a lingering touch there. A small moment where the boundary between friendship and attraction blurs. And suddenly he's in dangerous territory. Number 2, the justification game, how he convinces himself he's not wrong. The mind will always find a way to justify what the heart has already decided. No one sees themselves as the villain, not even your friend. If he starts developing feelings for your girl, his brain will go into cognitive dissonance, the psychological discomfort that happens when actions contradict morals. To ease that discomfort, he will start rationalizing. "She deserves better. He doesn't appreciate her like I would." If she's responding, maybe she feels the same way. The same way a person justifies an affair by telling themselves their marriage is already broken. Your friend will convince himself that what he's doing isn't really betrayal. The worst part? It doesn't even feel like a conscious decision. The brain is a master of self-deception, and once it finds an excuse, it will take the path of least resistance. And so, what started as a passing thought becomes a dangerous reality. Number 3, the slow erosion of boundaries, when friendship crosses the line. Samuel Johnson said, "The chains of habit are too weak to be felt until they are too strong to be broken." It never happens all at once. Just like an affair doesn't start with betrayal, but with small innocent steps, so does the slow shift in a friendship. The inside jokes become more personal. The texts become more frequent. The moments spent alone start feeling different. And here's where proximity attraction theory comes into play. Psychological studies have shown that repeated exposure to someone naturally increases attraction. The more time your friend and your girl spend in the same space, the more their subconscious minds start weaving a connection. Your absence becomes the catalyst. And one day, when you least expect it, the boundary crumbles. Number 4, the betrayal mindset, why some friends cross the line. It is easier to forgive an enemy than to forgive a friend, as said by William Blake. So why does a friend, of all people, betray you? Because betrayal doesn't feel like betrayal when it feels like destiny. The biggest misconception people have about disloyalty is that it's calculated. that a friend who steals your girl is some kind of villain. But more often than not, it happens because the emotional pull becomes stronger than the moral consequence. He stops seeing you as his best friend. He starts seeing you as the obstacle. And the moment he convinces himself that what he feels is real loyalty no longer matters, the decision has already been made. Number 5, the inevitable fallout. What happens next? Betrayal never comes from an enemy. At this stage, the damage is done. Maybe she leaves, maybe she doesn't. But the friendship, it's over. Because once trust is broken, it's almost impossible to rebuild. And here's the cold, hard truth. It was never about your girl. It was about power. The power to take what wasn't his. The power to feel superior. The power to prove to himself and the world that he could. So what do? You walk away. You don't fight. You don't seek revenge. You don't chase the people who showed you they were willing to betray you. Because at the end of the day, it was never a loss. It was a lesson. And now you see the truth. Number 6, the silent resentment. When admiration turns into envy. Harold Coffin said, "Envy is the art of counting the other fellow's blessings instead of your own." Sometimes your friend's desire for your girl isn't even about her. It's about you. Deep down, he has always admired what you have. The way you carry yourself, the way people respect you, and most of all, the way she looks at you. But admiration is a fragile thing. Given enough time, it can turn into resentment. He starts asking himself, why him? Why not me? And when envy creeps in, loyalty walks out. Number 7, the no-win situation. Why you can't save both. Sometimes you have to accept the fact that certain things will never go back to how they used to be. When betrayal happens, most men make the mistake of trying to salvage both relationships. They confront their friend. They try to fix things with their girl. They look for explanations, apologies, and closure. But here's the truth, you can't have both. If your friend crossed the line, he was never your friend. If your girl entertained it, she was never truly yours. The only way to win the game is to refuse to play. Betrayal is a painful lesson, but it's also a gift. It reveals who truly belongs in your life. The ones who are meant to stay will never put you in a position to question their loyalty, and those who do, let them go. Focus on your path, your purpose, and the people who uplift you, because real strength isn't in holding on to what's lost. It's in knowing when to walk away. If you found this helpful, subscribe to Stoic Mirror, like and comment if you faced a similar situation or have something to add. Share this with someone who needs to hear it.